Karina here for Mobuzz TV, and today, Thursday, May 10th, let's look at what's going on in the mobile world, shall we? First up, one for the Linux fans. Matt Zimmerman, who heads the Ubuntu project, has announced that they're going to make an Ubuntu operating system for mobiles. In the Ubuntu Mobile and Embedded project, as they are calling it, they will be collaborating with Intel, though details of what they hope for the project are as yet unclear. They say they'll start planning at the Ubuntu Developer Summit this week and hope to have a first version available in October of this year. Now, we all know Ubuntu is making that move because mobile devices are a huge and growing market, but who is the hugest player in that market? What single mobile device has sold more units than any other? Well, it turns out it's the Nokia 1100. This little no-frills phone that came out 4 years ago, an age in gadget terms, has sold a whopping 200 million units worldwide, mostly in developing countries, with the two biggest markets being Russia and India. The 1100 line in general still sells 1 million units a week. Nokia being the mobile leaders they are, then, it is no surprise that they go out and try to collect all sorts of information about mobile users. For example, they recently conducted a study to see how people carry their mobiles, why, and what that says about them. They asked 1,500 people in various cities around the world about it, and here's what they found. 60% of men go for the right front trouser pocket. However, as they get older and the waistline starts to stretch a bit and the trousers get a bit tight, they tend to go for a little belt pouch. 61% of women tuck their mobile in a handbag, which results in women being much more likely to miss incoming calls. 50% of women miss calls either because they don't notice them or can't dig their phones out in time. Their most anomalous finding, though, had to do with phone straps, which were used much more frequently in Asia Pacific than anywhere else, and whose main purpose is simply to personalize a mobile, or as they put it, because straps are, quote, a platform for facilitating social associations and impression management. Impression management. That totally replaces the phrase super engaged customers as my new favorite bit of marketing speak. Now let's see what impression you managed to have of this idea. Bermuda is planning on putting RFID chips on all the nation's vehicles. This doesn't go so far as the big brotherish proposal that they're considering in Britain, which would put GPS devices on all cars, and it seems to have a more practical, less scary intention. The tags will contain no personal information. They'll just connect to a record for that car with info on registration, insurance, tickets, stuff like that. It's a tiny little island, and they have the world's highest density of motor traffic per square mile, so they just want a more efficient way of enforcing vehicle regulations. They estimate the amount that they could recover in lost fees is over $11 million. Well, nice to have some not-so-creepy RFID news, isn't it? Back to internet innovation for a moment. A large group of scientific organizations is launching an incredibly ambitious project to create an online Encyclopedia of Life. This would be a comprehensive catalog of all the world's identified species, with information for school children and scientists alike. There would be species descriptions, photos, maps, videos, sound, a place for any member of the public to report sightings. The inclusion of scientific journal articles, they say, will also be an important step in democratizing scientific information. Estimates are the project will comprise about 300 million pages. One of the reasons they cite that this project is even feasible at this point is because of advances in search engine technology that will trawl the internet for data and compile a file to be reviewed by experts. And they still think it'll take them about 10 years to finish. Okay, last up here. So that RFID news wasn't creepy, but this underwear news is. A company in Japan is releasing a line of undergarments that block out infrared rays. Now, why would they do that, you ask? It seems that there's an increasing problem with some folks, let's call them perverts, taking photos of unsuspecting people with special infrared equipment that lets them see the subject essentially naked. The nasty practice is especially prevalent at women's and children's sporting events. So the Inter-University Athletic Union of Japan approached a sporting goods manufacturer about a solution. They came back with ShotGuard underwear, ShotGuard breast pads soon to follow. You know, reading a story like this, one wonders, perhaps Homer was wrong, and instead of beer, it's actually technology that is the solution to and cause of all life's problems. That's all, folks. Now sit back for a moment and enjoy some fun with logos.
Shut up!
Whee!